Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic, and this is where I channel the sacred guidance for this astrological week of the 17th of May until the 23rd. It's a very interesting week, one where there's movement gonna happen. We're gonna come into this stage where everything's gonna shift, from very fixed energy to mutation, change, communication. We've been working with the earth, with the senses, with grounded with, the value, with money, with our mother, our resources. And now it's time to move, to think, to gather the facts, and you're gonna see a lot of change happening. But before we go there, obviously we start the week with a moon in Leo. No, we did not really, but we started off the week with a moon in Cancer, which, by the way, if you follow my daily messages, right, which is on Instagram story, you know that moon in Cancer was pretty heavy, pretty all over the place. And then that moon came into Leo around, I think it's around 3 or 4 p.m., 3 p.m. probably. And that made Sun in Taurus, which is all about, comfort and safety and the physical body, and moon in Leo, which is the stage and the ego, the good life. Especially with Jupiter in Pisces. And so, I think these are these last 2.5 days before even too, it's like we're getting the best of the best, right? Before we go into this Gemini energy, which is all over the place, especially because Mercury is already in shadow period, which makes communication, travels, relationships, all these things, computers, technology, watch out. There's things going wrong. There's things kind of sneaking upon you, And we just got to pay attention to what is going on because we're in shadow period for the next week and a half, because it's already been for 2 days or 3 days even. So we got to pay very, very close attention, and Mercury's only can become louder. So all that miscommunication, all that reflection upon wherever it is transiting your house, but it has a lot to do with the relationships, and connection, travels, business, commerce, facts, science. So, but first then, the good life, all right? Just moon in Leo, which is all about fun, pleasure, joy, and a little bit of egoness. And, we can, with Jupiter in Pisces, which, is really, it is granting love and appreciation and just dreams. And for a moment here, we could come into the Piscean illusion as if everything is all right again. It's oh, this is actually pretty nice. Fuck yeah, it's a good time, baby. And it is, really, it is. Moon in Leo, Sun in Taurus, that's the pleasures of life, okay? And you're feeling it, and you're owning it, and you're taking it. But on Tuesday, Moon opposing Saturn, there's a check-in, right? There's this responsibility and don't you shine too much. So, and it's not technically a fully T-square, but Sun square, Saturn has passed, but still, in terms of signs it does. And then the moon in Leo, and there's this whole, you don't really think you deserve this good life, do you? You should check. There's this standards of conduct. This is what the good life should look like. You should get the jab. You should, if you want your freedom, This is what you have to do. This is what the good life looks like right now. Because, you know, all this Gemini energy, Mercury Gemini, Venus Gemini, North Node Gemini, we're being told what to, you know, have as a good life. And honestly, this is all about the mind, right? And that's why that good life, the battle is the story, the things going on in your mind. What do you allow in your mind? That's why I was so hammering these last 2 weeks on your story of like, what do you believe that the good life looks like? And, you know, if it is healthy, meaning, you know, if it is in balance and if you can allow some space to really observe yourself and to have friends around you that are like, you know, you're living a little bit outside your norms, or, you know, wow, you know, this looks pretty good. And everything looks pretty damn good with Jupiter in Pisces, you know, brings the love and the inspiration and all these things. It also brings a lot of spirituality. So this is literally, if on a spiritual level, heaven on earth. This is, you know, we can embody it with that moon in Leo. So these next 2.5 days, really like enjoy. And really, like, I would suggest, you know, to really check the prosperity har and to do it for 11 minutes. I'm not going to do it here. I do it in my Kundalini yoga classes. If you want to join in, by the way, you can join in always for just a try for €6. Anyways, but this is really about bringing manifestation, because Jupiter is loud. It's a Jupiter finger, you know, and the moon in Leo, the moon, right? The moon centers right here. So bringing these two together and then chanting har from the navel to really manifest whatever it is you want. These dreams can manifest. Sun in Taurus, moon in Leo. You can really, if you create it from a self-expression, from a like a voice, especially with this Gemini energy, like that's why this story is so important. It is manifesting right now. It's all in the veil, and you pay attention to your mind. Huge. But then, you know, the sun approaching Jupiter in Pisces with a square. It's a first quarter square, and you know, that's overindulgence, especially when it's at the last degrees of Taurus, especially when the moon is in Leo. So overindulgence and over-attachment, and, you know, taking things too far, and escapism and alcohol, and like everybody's out. But you know what? These are distractions, and I'm just curious. I mean, obviously, you know, because of Mercury passing the North Node, Venus is going to pass the North Node, and Sun, you know, like everybody's getting out, and it's the astrology. But also at the same time, you know, why are they letting us out right now? And they kind of know that, you know, we missed partying, and so now we can, you know, be on the terrace again in Belgium. But why? What Gemini, you got to ask that why question, or you're fucked. Like, you got to pay close attention to the details here, you know? So then Sun comes in Gemini, squares Jupiter, and Mercury squares Neptune. Venus is a bit in that midpoint, and it's on the North Node. And that North Node is actually, is the midpoint with Venus there. So if there's something about the good life that we have to realize, it's Venus in Gemini conjunct the North Node, which is really, we have to focus on Venus, relationships in Gemini, in exaltation, actually in spirituated or soul-centered astrology. So from a very soul orientation, Venus in Gemini is at the best position. And this is about the right human relationships. And it's also, Venus in Gemini is, in a way, is about freedom of choice, you know? So, but, you know, with the Sun squaring Jupiter, there is definitely like a dialogue. There is with Mercury squaring Neptune, the media, and again, like fake news and illusions and trying to hide things and not, you know, covering things up, and just being very careful of that. And conversion, And what's even more for Belgium is that sun, when it comes into Gemini, Gemini is in the 7th house, and we have a Virgo. Is it? Do we have a Virgo ascendant? Yeah. No, we have a Sag ascendant. Okay. Sagittarius ascendant with Jupiter in the 4th house. So there's like this, you gotta pay so much attention. Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces in the 4th is so deeply in touch with like the divine, deeply intuitive. But squaring over to that Mercury, Sun, Neptune, Venus, and North Node into Gemini in the 7th house is really, there's something about relationships here. And with the Moon in Virgo opposing Jupiter, we are we're feeling socially responsible, and we have the like, everybody has the need to serve. But where does that service come from? Does it come from a deep inner knowing? Because it's opposing that, and there's a chance that there's a distraction. There's like, are you involved in power struggles? And are you just gonna, judge Moon in Virgo? And like, you're doing this wrong. We're gonna see that a lot. There's a lot of judgment. There's a lot of like, what, you didn't take it? Or you're not putting it on? Like, there's so much criticism, so much judgment, and so much, all over the place. But at the same time, very like deep, spiritual, inner knowing. And if you don't pay attention, you're being swept away. You're being taken away from your deep inner knowing by all that noise, by all the like, oh, but you have to think about other people. You have to think about, be socially responsible, and you're being taken away. But there's an opportunity. I'm telling you, there's such a huge opportunity to know. If you truly are able to cut out the noise, wow, you're going to grow spiritually huge. You're going to know, you're going to feel, you're going to have that deep spiritual connection, like a deep inner communion, deep inner divine relationship with the self, like never before. Never before. Well, we just got to pay attention with the South Node, being in that 1st house, and it pointing towards Jupiter in the 4th house. We have to pay attention to not believing our own lies, not believing our own shit, And it's actually funny because I don't know what I just said, but at that very moment, the door opens, this closes, it's just like, wow. A deep confirmation of what I'm saying right now, that we have to pay attention to not believing our own illusions, our own lies. We do have to verify the facts. We do have to take into account the other people, but we can't get lost by them. And so that's why Saturn is in the 2nd house here in Aquarius. We have to have boundaries. We have to stick with our own self-worth, and really be clear on what we value, and then listen deeply, but then also listen to other people, but not be swept away by, I have to sacrifice myself. Well, that depends, right? You can like, there you go. You can sacrifice yourself. But if it is from, a deep truth, deep inner knowing from within versus, South Node, Sagittarius, a belief, a power given away to something else, and mostly then losing our identity in other people. And then, doing what is right. But what is right? So that's really important. And that's going to be the message. Who are you being responsible to? Is it yourself? Is it your inner knowing? Or are you being told that you are irresponsible and that you should grow the fuck up? So for you to decide, it's beautiful times, honestly. Change is coming hugely, rapidly, fast. New scientific facts too, science versus, your own deep truth, intuition. They are like, pay close attention to your intuition, your right brain activities, versus getting lost in the facts. That's just it. Be very aware of that. Much love, the Leo Mystic. Peace.